not wait out here. Just go to your tables, put your checks in there. This is all the trust system. Do what you have to do. Put the checks or cash in there, and make sure you mark your name off, right? Because I'm looking at this stuff tomorrow, nothing tonight. So just put it right in the center of the table, and that stopped all the stuff that was at that front door. All right, so we have. We're going to start this night off, and we're going to start it by having the Shore Conference, the view of the Shore Conference from the eyes of Dougie Bauer. All right, so this was 1968, I guess. I went to the first wrestling match I ever saw was in Asbury Park Convention Hall. There was a kid from Wall in the semifinals. Back then at the States, where were the States?
Convention Hall.
Asbury Park Convention Hall, that's right. They had how many regions? Four regions. And they had a semifinal and a final, that's it. So there was a kid from Wall there, so I went and saw that match, and he won the semis, and he lost in the final. All right, so then it moved out of Asbury Park in 19, what? How guys will know, 70?
70,
I think it went to Jadwin Gym in Princeton. Okay, so it was in Jadwin for quite a long time until we moved down to Atlantic City and some other stuff. So I went to school at Wall, all right, and we had some nice success, and I'm a sophomore, maybe a junior, and the team to beat in our area was those guys way out in the sticks, out in Howell, right? Out in Howell. All right, so we went out there, and I remember I think it was my my sophomore year, and 1972, and we had to wrestle Marty Bynes, Terry Bynes, Niels Deacon, all these guys at this table, and I think all three of them had success that night. And so it was after my match, I had to pin somebody, and if I didn't, we lost. We couldn't win anymore. So I didn't pin him, and we lose. And then Hahn, I think it was Stephen Hahn, would then beat us at heavyweight anyway, so we lost anyway by even more points. And I remember this fat-faced Kalmick sitting in the bleachers. His hair was out like this. What was that guy's name? Aaron. And he would sing, na 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 na. We wanted to kill him. Oh my God, we hated Hal. Oh, it was terrible. All right, but Ronnie Surgeon was the coach out there, and they were awesome. In fact, that year they wrestled Jackson in the biggest match of the year, Century, whatever, with Bernie Ryder and Jackson. So that was the big match of the year. All right, and that was awesome. That was a great match for both schools and all. And so that's 1972, I think. And then I blame being fat now on Niels Deacon. And I was a sophomore, and I started going out with my wife when I was a sophomore in high school. And she came to the Wall Christmas tournament to see me wrestle, and she walked in, and I'm wrestling right in front of her, getting pinned. And I'm on my back, and Deacon is pinning me. And she's looking all over the place, because it's not me that in front of him, because I played football at probably 190 or something, and I'm down to 168, wrestling that animal. Right? And he's pinning me, and she goes, I know it's not him, that kid's too skinny. And I said, I ain't going down there no more. Right? So I ran from Deacon, I ran from McCullough, I ran from everybody who I could in those years. So that's 73 or so, and I remember starting to learn wrestling, and we had this thing called the ABC, and me and my brother would fool around with it and stuff, and the ABC, of course, was the Art Vine's Cradle. That's right, Art Vine's Cradle, ABC. So that's when I was starting to learn how to wrestle, so real special place in my heart for Hal. So I graduated Wall and went to Trenton, and then came back and was at Homedale, where I had Danny, maybe I won't say that, Danny Mullen was one of my wrestlers, and so we had a little bit of success there. We won a district team title or something, and then I went to Hal. And I'm at Hal, and the place I can't believe I'm at, out in the sticks here at Hal. And so we are in gym class or whatever, and this deer goes flopping by and stuff, and actually runs into a glass walkway between the gym and the regular part of the school and breaks his neck. And the sucker's lying there. It's not dead yet, but it has a broken neck. Holy hell, what the hell do I do? And so I lean down, and a kid comes out. I swear this is the truth. Comes down, and he takes a knife out of his boot. And he goes, you want me to gut him? Whoa! It's unbelievable. And the guy goes, "You're in Alabama." Alabama? What the hell is that? So I go and see Surgeon. And I go, "Surgeon, what is he talking about? Alabama? I don't know what he's saying. I know we're out in the sticks here." He goes, "Something I needed to tell you, because when you're a coach here, you have to learn this." And I said, "Learn what?" He goes, "Well, that's sort of the song we use." So Surgeon takes out a harmonica, and I can't believe it. Yes, and he takes out the harmonica and he goes, "You have to learn this song if you're going to coach here at Hal." Okay. Wow, that's pretty cool. So I go, "Ronnie, that's pretty cool." I obviously didn't play it as well as he did, but it was a start to something really nice at Hal. And we when the state was moving in really fast directions, then I'm going to take Niels Deacon again, the Hal kid, to show you how the state has changed. And the state, when this kid had 3 losses in high school. 3 losses on the varsity level. Sophomore year, he loses in the district finals. Now, were you allowed to go to district? If you're a district finalist, were you allowed to go to regions? No. So his season was over in the district semis. In the district finals. So he couldn't go on, 1 loss. Junior year, okay, he'll do better. So he wins the districts and he goes to the regions. Now the regions, he's in the finals again. Does he win? No. Lose in the region finals. Does he go to the states? No, because they didn't go then. So only the champs went that year. That's 1972. Only the champs went to the states. So there were 8 regions at that time. So that's what happened. He stayed home again. And then senior year, he's in the states. He wins the district, wins the regions, goes and wrestles Chris Campbell in the state finals, and then goes on to Lehigh and has a phenomenal year. But it was those years that the state really changed and started to blow up from 4 mats in Atlantic City and 4 regions to starting now to get to a lot more, 8 regions. And then when I was a senior, 1st and 2nd from the regions went on to the states. And they went to Jadwin and that kind of stuff. So it really started to explode. And then in about 1993, O'Cone was a senior, I think, at the beach. We changed the regions, so all of the Shore Conference was in Region 6. Before that, Ocean County went to Region 7 and Monmouth County went to Region 6, so we never had to see anybody. It was split right that way. Then we joined everybody together in 93, I think. And we stayed that way. And the Region 6 tournament was the greatest tournament in the world. A lot of the guys that are getting in the Hall of Fame tonight wrestled in that Region 6 tournament. It was awesome. We loved it. We just opened up the Retaco Center. Everything was really nice about it. Then about 5, maybe 6 years ago, I go to Stout, and I went to Nucci. And I said, "Hey, you guys want to split this thing up? We're killing each other. We're killing each other. Maybe we want to spread out a little bit." Both of them said, "No, we love that Region 6 tournament. We don't want to break it up," so we let it go. Then about 4 years ago, I went back to the coaches again, and I said, and I gave them a 4-pronged thing. I said, "Okay, how about if we do this? We break up the region, and then, once we do that, we're going to have totally different look, and it won't be the Region 6 Coaches Association anymore. We're going to have to form something new, because all the sports in the NJSIA do it this way. They just write down numbers and just draw lines, except wrestling." So wrestling then did that a couple, 3 years ago. And what happened was we drew the line, so instead of everyone beating each other up in Region 6, we started to change and go into other regions. So instead of having 14 weight classes times 3, what's that, 42? We would send 42 kids to the States. That first year that we did it, we sliced it up. We had Region 5, Region 6, Region 7, and Region 8, based on where the front door of your high school was located. So that first year, 2 years ago, we sent 75 kids to the States instead of the 42, which they added 4th place finishers now could go to the States. So when you guys wrestled here, 4th place couldn't go to the States. Only the top 3 could go. So the top 4 could go, so it'd be 14 times 4, 56 could go from the region, but that first time we went and we had 75 kids go, which that just showed we spread out the shore a little bit, and more kids got the opportunity to go down to Atlantic City. Then the second year, which was last year, all right, we bounced it up even more and went up to 80. These are the shirts that the kids get in the other banquet that we have. So we're up to 82 kids instead of the 40 or whatever we started with. So this realignment has been a boom for us because we spread out our talent. So that was a good thing. And we knew that the Shore Conference, it was sort of a 4-prong attack. What we wanted to attack was split the region up, but then we also loved the Region 6 tournament. So we wanted the Region 6 tournament to stay. And it sort of, the Shore Conference tournament was out. It was team against team. Some teams weren't coming in. The dual meet season wasn't as great as, or the tournament wasn't as great as everyone had hoped. So we turned it into an individual tournament this past year. So this past year, the Shore Conference tournament returned back to the old Region 6 tournament. And the Shore Conference champion now is crowned at Red Bank. It's really, really sharp. We just had a tournament. Al Smith and Danny Muller ran a tournament at Asbury Park Convention Hall. And I'm telling you, that would be a perfect venue for the Shore Conference individual championships. It would be a little Atlantic City. It was really a cool venue. So that might be something we might be looking at. But Red Bank is still the host for it. They do a great job. We have 8 mats down. Bring it all down to find the champion of Shore Conference. That just happened. Once we split up Region 6, we knew we were going to need a new association. All right, so the association became the Jersey Shore Interscholastic Wrestling Association. And the JSIWA, we have 2 banquets. They used to be together. Me and Caravella started this thing probably in 83 or 84 or something of the Region Coach Association. And we had the Region 6 banquet and Hall of Fame together. 2 years ago, we split it. And we were hoping that they could stand alone. Because the last couple of years, we had 75 people at the combined banquet. Tonight, we're over 180. All right, last year we had 115 here at this banquet in Woodlake. The Coaches Association has the spring banquet at the end of the year. So we start with this Hall of Fame banquet, and we end it with the Shore Conference coaches and wrestlers. We give out trophies and everything is sponsored by Jersey Mike's. Jersey Mike's is, it's a sub place. They give me money to host these 2 events. All right, and we have no dues. So you come if you want to come, and you pay $35. All right, and the folder is right in the center, and you put your money in there, and you mark it down. That's it. So everything is total trust. You put it in there. We get the money from Jersey Mike's for all this kind of stuff. And you'll see it's pretty cool. It's pretty neat. So it runs itself. No dues. All right, so that's nice. So we had this association, the Coaches Banquet, had 377 people at it last year. And the year before that, they had 376 people. So it's twice the number of this. And all the kids from the shore come. And we give out t-shirts and trophies and everything else. We give out awards like this thing to like 35 different categories. It's sort of like an Oscar. The best sophomore gets this. The best junior gets this. The best what gets this. So we get this. So it's pretty cool. It's pretty corny, but it was pretty cool. All right, so they get that, which is nice. So that banquet became awesome. So now we're seeing this, 180 people here, getting some of these legends back in here is just fantastic. All right, so that was really my take on the Jersey Shore from when I was in 8th grade to today. And it's definitely, we are ready to launch and still dominate the states, even more so in Atlantic City. All right, so right now I'd like to have a round of applause for the Shore Conference Wrestling and its history.
At this time, I'd like to introduce Tom Erbig to share with us something we awarded last spring. Tom?